everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. And obviously there was a big spike in the VIX today as Greece and Puerto Rico dominated the news. The question, as always, is that, is this going to be, kind of a 3 to 4 day thing, and then the stock market goes to new highs, as we've seen it do over and over and over again. In fact, if we take a look at this on the spiders, we can see that on this spike here, we fell from 202 down to 180. That's actually a pretty decent move. And then we're at new highs. Okay, and then the last time we got here, we sold off, made new highs, et cetera, et cetera. So the question is this time any different? Well, I think yes and no, and I'll show you what I'm looking at here, at least with the VIX. So with the VIX here, the main thing I'm looking at here is that if the weekly squeeze does trigger along, we can, that's when we get the big spikes, well above and beyond the Bollinger Bands. Okay, so here's the daily Bollinger Bands. Typically, if you get two closes above outside of the Bollinger Bands, you're going to see a pretty significant rally. So this is officially day one above those Bollinger Bands. If we look at a weekly chart, if we do get a long squeeze, that typically can result in a spike. The last time this went up to 30, and you can see that that's quite a ways off from here. Okay, so there's a couple of things to look at here in terms of a bigger picture. In the shorter term, it's really just understanding that the number one thing to keep in mind here is that we're seeing an increase in volatility, and I don't see that changing. Okay, I think that the VIX at this point will start to trend higher, and we're going to start to see volatility in different asset classes. Okay, bonds. Bonds today, this weekly chart doesn't do it justice. If we look at even an hourly chart here on the bond market, you can see here that, this is a huge move, 3 points overnight. That's just a huge move in the bonds. And then we saw the euro, the currency here, started off tanking and then going positive. Huge volatility there. And volatility in all asset classes finds itself into the stock market. So I was talking to Don over the weekend, and he had just mentioned, hey, you know what? I've been through this many times in the past with the broker I was working with. And if clients don't understand what to do when volatility increases, they typically have huge problems. And so he just said, hey, look, I'm just going to put together a list of things to be aware of, and we'll just go through it in a free video. I was like, that sounds awesome. So this webinar is going to be held on Wednesday, July 1st, from 4 to 5:30 East Coast time. Okay, right after the market closes on Wednesday. And he's just going to go through and just give you the guidelines, how you can control your exposure to the preceding volatility so you can sleep at night, how to measure your risk in an uncertain market, how to sharpen your risk management skills now so you're prepared for what's ahead, how to protect the downsides, you can ride out the storm and position yourself for the next opportunity, and his favorite portfolio hedging techniques to safeguard your investments. Okay, so just again, just a free class just to kind of go through, this is what to do in this kind of environment. First name, email address, register now, and see you there on Wednesday.